Now on BBC One, make yourself at home in the East End.
Good morning, welcome live here to the Queen Victoria. It's February the 24th and everybody's been stopping me in the street and saying, I envy you. Well, I know, I am the luckiest person and you are the luckiest person. It's fantastic. I just have to show you something here. We're in the Queen Vic. Excuse me, Jeremy.
You carry on.
Look, over here it says today's specials. It's got all the Thai green curry, shepherd's pie, vegetable stir-fry, beef stroganoff and apple pie with custard. That doesn't look like apple pie with custard. Oh, well, maybe that's what happens here in the East End.
Maybe that is East End food, indeed. But as always, we are going to be met by the old and the new stars of EastEnders. But first, a quick look at what's coming up in today's show.
It's good, it's good.
It is.
It was Anna's Horriblest for the Fowlers, and the Vic got a new landlady. Highlights from today's pick of Jeremy's East End archive.
We catch up with the stars who dumped their EastEnders lines in a bid for pop stardom.
Forget Naomi, Kate or even Posh. The trend-setting EastEnders give you their very own guide to style.
It's the final clue in our competition that could have you sailing away on this luxury cruise tomorrow.
Here's a quick reminder of what time everything's on.
Fantastic. Look at that. Another fun-packed show today, as you'd expect. And, of course, you get the chance to speak to the stars yourself at about 10 to 12. That magical number, as always, is 0990 100 755. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're behind you here. And it's beautifully sunny, I have to say. Beautifully sunny. But look, it's not at all. It's just light. But it is very clever, because I was sitting here in the Queen Vic and I thought, it's a lovely sunny day. Boys!
All right, mate.
Two boys are bit naughty, to put it bluntly. We've got Perry, who's Billy, and we've got Jamie, who was Troy. Both of whom, I'm going to be really honest with you, okay? I was so upset about Troy.
Why?
Yeah, because I absolutely adore Terry and Irene.
Yep, that's the whole nation. They loved him, didn't they? Two like perfect characters, and he was thread into cause a bit of trouble.
It was just horrible as a storyline because you just thought, don't do this, because I love the two of them together. Yeah. Which is great to have somebody feeling passion over you.
They were my two favourite characters as well.
Oh, really?
I couldn't believe it, yeah, when I got the part, it was like, oh, wow.
Actually, we're going to talk in a sec about how you got the part, but we're just going to go to you as well, because I was rude about him, so I'm going to be rude about you.
Go on.
The very beginning, beating up Jamie.
Yeah, I know.
Awful that happens in society anyway.
Absolutely,
but having to be a character playing that sort of role.
Yeah. It was, I was a bit sceptical at first, I've got to admit. Well, just because it's so massive, this programme. And, you know, if you're going to play a character like that, there are certain people who do believe in that. They believe in it.
Believe you know what I mean? You
think you are that and whatever. And Jack's so nice. You know, he's such a good bloke and all that. And I just thought, oh, you know, what's it going to be like when it goes out and stuff? And
but again, EastEnders covering issues that, sadly, in the case of Billy, and maybe sadly for some people or happily for others, the things that happen in real life.
Yeah.
It's very issue-led. Can I just, we actually had an email from Vicky Hill for you, Perry. It says, actually it's for you, as opposed to Billy. Did you ever get hassled by the public for bullying Jamie? That's something that fascinates me about the public reaction to that sort of storyline.
Yeah, Jack said a funny thing once, because he said to me, when I came back last summer, because we did that storyline like 18 months ago.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, and then I came back again last summer, and Jack said to me, do you get people in the street and all that? And I said, yeah. I said, what do you do about it, you know, when you get hassled? And he said, I just wear a baseball cap. And I said, well, I've been wearing a crash helmet. But actually, it wasn't that bad, you know. I mean, people, you know, in the main were really good, and kind of like, and I think now the characters, although he's bad and he's a rogue, it's kind of like people, they sort of like the baddies. It's a mad thing.
Yeah, that's why everybody loved Grant Mitchell when he was a baddie. But actually, isn't it, you've got a great nickname for you and the Steve Owen character? What is it?
Dastardly and Muttley. I don't know how Martin feels about being called Muttley, but, you know.
Oh, the most gorgeous Muttley ever.
No.
All those eyes.
No, he's dastardly, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, I wasn't with you at all. You're a gorgeous Muttley then, how's that?
Thank you very much.
No, you just mentioned about when you know when you got the part and you liked Irene and Terry best. amazing how you got the part, because you were literally fresh out of drama school.
Yeah, well, I'd been out for about, a year or so, and like done a little bit of theatre and a few commercials. Sort of got branded the commercial kid by all my drama school buddies.
They were probably jealous because you could afford
Yes.
the mortgage and the rent.
And yeah, then I went for a casting at the BBC for the part, and it went really well. Met Matthew Robinson and the casting director, read for the part, and I was on a golf course actually with my family. We were like playing pitch and putt, and my agent called and said, yeah, they've offered you the part.
What did you do?
I just
Missed the shot.
Did you say you get a hole in one or miss the ball?
Yeah, no, it was great. My parents were really proud, and sort of, it was hello, mum.
Yeah, how did your parents feel about you doing a storyline like that? I presume your mother's probably about the same age as the character of Irene.
Yeah, well, she was, none too pleased. I think all her neighbours just come round a lot more regularly, and but
Women of a certain age now following you in the street.
Yeah, but no, she was just really chuffed that my career sort of like started. So it was,
that's so nice, isn't it? Actually, family reaction.
Yeah.
How about you? Because for you, getting this part was something that you wanted for a very long time. No, I don't necessarily mean Billy, but getting a part in EastEnders was something not only that you wanted for a long time, but people thought you were in EastEnders before you were.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I live in East London. I've always lived in East London. I'm a real one, see.
Yeah.
And
I'm from Devon.
I did. You're definitely.
Yeah.
Far away.
But I kind of like. I've done like a lot of telly before and stuff.
Yeah, I've
like
seen you in so
Bills
many
and
things,
like that, and Lovejoy and all that. And kind of sort of being known as like a sort of Cockney actor, and people either thought I was in it or used to say, "Yeah, mate, you want to get yourself a part in that EastEnders, like you could just magic it up, And but so it's nice now that it's come round, and because now it's kind of like before I used to go in at pubs or go out and stuff, and people would go, "What are you in, mate? What are you in?" And you go for a big list of things, and then they go, "No." No. At least now they just go, "Oh, it's him, it's Billy or whatever."
And do you like that recognition then?
Yeah, I don't mind. It's nice. I mean, it's kind of.
You sort of feel.
I've got a new name now. You know what I mean? But it's more like a nickname now. Do you know what I mean? And it's a bit of getting used to when you walk along the road and people start shouting out Billy, and you think, well, they're not talking to me.
Yeah, right.
Whereas now I just go, "All right," just wave and whatever, and it's good.
So you've got people coming up to beat you over the head with all sorts of things, and you've got women chasing you down the street.
Yeah.
Who's got the best deal?
Yes, I think you pulled the short straw there. How would you like to see Billy develop? Because he has changed quite dramatically from now. I didn't realise it was as long as 18 months ago. But he's a nasty little weasel, isn't he?
He is, but you see, I like him. I mean, like.
Well, I hope you do, because you're playing.
Yeah, you have to, but I kind of think he's just a bit sad. I mean, there's another nickname, which is Billy No Mates, because I haven't actually got a mate.
No, you haven't.
If you watch it, there's no one actually likes me. And so he just... No, it's true, he just sort of scuttles around the square, just sort of trying to make a few bob here and there, and what have you, and just, I mean, the times I've been beat up in this programme, and thrown through bars and stuff like that, and he still comes back like a bad penny, and just, "Oh, look, come on, I'll work for you."
So how would you like to see it develop?
I quite like him, sort of, I quite like, there's a lot more of a comic edge to him now. I mean, dare I say, not kind of, it's borders on sort of cheeky. I think you just you like him because you just
cheeky
think...
weasel.
Yeah, I think people just think, "Oh, he couldn't possibly do that," and then he does it. He puts his sort of...
You know what, maybe he should get a friend.
I think, that'd be nice if he had a mate.
But careful, no older women.
No.
We've had that one. Now listen, you're both going to be around for the phone-in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Please, if you would like to speak to these guys and the rest of the people who are going to be joining us this morning, then call that number. It's 0990 100 755. 0990 100 755. Now we're going over to Jeremy. You've got to go outside of the door, over the road, into the laundrette.
Oh, hello, look, I'm in the laundrette. Doing me smalls. Doing me smalls. Let's just see how small they really are. Oh, me smalls have gone to a little sort of pillowcase. Now, I understand that this pillowcase has been in this tumble dryer for 15 years. Is that right, Mona?
You mean since I've left? I can't
Since
remember
you left. Now, when did you leave the show, Mona?
I left in '97, April, so it'll be 2 years nearly since I left.
And you ran off with
I rode off.
Wolford's answer to Sweeney Todd, didn't you?
Rode off into the sunset with Felix the barber.
With Felix
To
the
Eilat.
mad barber.
To Eilat.
To Eilat.
Right.
Is there any chance you're going to come back, do you think?
Well, who knows? Who knows what's in store? I'd love to at some time. I mean, I walked in and everything was the same. The soap
Fantastic.
powder, the benches, it was
Fantastic.
as if I never left.
Well, all I can say is that Gabby is dying to catch up with you a little bit later, so
Right.
stay here with us. We'd love you to. As you know, guys, not only am I delving into the old laundry here, but I've also been delving into the archives that is EastEnders. Have a look at today's instalment of Jeremy's Journal, which is the mid-90s. Michelle's in for a shock. 1994, what a year. EastEnders went out 3 times a week and it meant business. Geeta finally caught on to the fact that Sanjay had been having an affair with her sister. Frank Butcher went out for a walk and just kept on walking.
Kiss me properly.
But one of my favourite moments was when Bianca tried to make a pass at David, not realising that he was actually her father.
Look, Bianca, you're drunk. You don't know what you're doing.
Well, don't you like me?
Yes, I do. I like you a lot. Don't do that, eh? Don't do that. Bianca, stop it. Look, just
I like you too.
stop it. This is something you will regret now. Just stop it.
No, it ain't.
Bianca, cut it out, will you? Just cut it out.
In 1995, the Jacksons hit town, the quintessential 90s family. And they were always up to something.
I'm just so... Well, help me out.
It was also the year when Sharon decided she would leave the square and start a new life.
What we're trying to say is...
Don't. Can't. I'm so sorry.
News of Debbie's death shook the square, and poor Nigel never really recovered.
David!
What's going on?
Things were a bit brighter in Spain that year.
What are you doing now?
Do you mind telling me what's going on?
Ruthless Romeo David continued getting notches on his bedpost.
I'm only you.
What the hell's going on here?
It's a small world, isn't it? Christmas can be a magic time, especially in Albert Square. Pat had found new love with Roy, and whilst they were all waiting for a surprise visit from Father Christmas, a different kind of father altogether turned up this year.
Bye-bye.
Half of Walford were arrested during the summer of 1996. Look at Cindy go!
Well, you don't get AIDS from sitting at home with your family. You get it from being part of the filth we're trying to get rid of in this community. Syringes in the kids' playground, druggies in our pub.
Peggy was a right little madam when she took over as landlady of the Vic.
Something. And Mark has.
I can't say she didn't deserve that.
What you're talking about.
It was also the year that a heartbroken Cindy snatched her 2 boys but had to leave her daughter in Walford. But we knew we hadn't seen the last of her. When Pauline became a widow, she had the whole nation in mourning, and I was right there with her. Will she ever find love again?
So I'm just walking down the street here, popping into the cafe. It's so nice to be. I can't tell you how fantastic it is to be here. And I think, you know, I would still think of this as Kathy's cafe. It still says Kathy's there. I'm here in the cafe, joined by some lovely old favourites from the show, Blossom and Jules, or Mona and Tommy in the real world, because I get terribly confused and I call people by their character names all the time. Now, we were just talking a moment ago to Perry, and he was talking about finding out about getting the show. He'd done a few bits and pieces, and also Jamie, who had never done anything apart from some adverts. But both of you are highly established, well-known actors who joined the show.
Now she tells us.
Was it tricky doing it that way round, as opposed to being unknown? Tommy, for you?
Well, it's nice to get a pleasant comeuppance, you know. Usually comeuppance is downers. But this has been a nice come up.
From the other roles you've done,
Mhm.
joining something like this. How about for you, Mona?
I had worked mainly on stage, and the funny thing is, I got Blossom playing the fool in Lear.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I had done bits and pieces of telly, so it was a very nice experience, learning experience, having to play a part for such a long time on telly.
So how long were you in EastEnders for in the end?
3 years.
And how long were you in it for?
So long I've forgotten.
You are so lovely. I can't say.
Something like 7 years or something like that.
Well, when I was a youth.
And you haven't changed at all,
Oh, I
Tommy.
like you already.
Let's have a look at both of you together in action, if we may.
Man, they're playing our song. And it is a great honor if you do me the favor of dancing it with me. Tripping the light fantastic.
Don't be daft.
Go on, love, give it a try, go on.
Oh boy, Arthur Murray.
Now, happy memories?
All of them.
Wonderful memories.
Really?
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Hard work, but very nice memories.
The teamwork was fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
what everybody's been saying. Everyone that we've spoken to this week, somebody asked on the phone in yesterday, your happiest times there, and everybody says it's the people.
You when you come into a family situation, and it's not only the actors, it's the technical staff, makeup, costume.
Don't tell them that.
And you become part of a family. You know, you're really cosseted, and feel as if you belong, don't you, to a group of
That's
people.
so nice that you all feel the same. We've had lots of emails for the two of you. Craig Kelly wants to know from both of you, what have you both been up to since leaving the show? Tommy, I'll ask you first.
Starving. Yeah.
Was he always like this?
It's always like that.
Take life seriously, yes.
That's so nice that you take life like that.
But I've had a few nice trips, you know. I've been out to Casablanca,
Oh, very nice.
but I could never get around that town. The Gorgs is hard there, you know, but they looked after you. And then I did a little trip out to South Africa.
And you
Oh,
loved that,
yes.
didn't
Yes.
you?
Did you? Because your lifelong dream is to meet Nelson Mandela. Did
That's
you meet
me.
him?
No, he kept missing me by about 2 inches, you know.
Oh, no.
And his carriage was faster than my horse. I'm like, get up there, get up there.
Maybe next time, Tommy.
Oh, I'm going to make it sometime, yeah.
Absolutely.
Gotta
I
make
hope you do. I hope you do. Mona, how about you? What have you been up to?
I've been having lots of nice little bits and pieces for the BBC, because they're my, you know, they really look after me. I did a children's series called Picard Boy, and another drama called Storm Damage.
But also, rumour has it, you're in the new show with Ross Kemp, who used to be Grant Mitchell.
Am I supposed to say that? That's because it belongs to the other side.
Hey, I'm saying it. There we are.
Well, it's called Active Defence, and I have a little cough in that, meaning tiny weeny part.
But it must be
it's
nice
lovely.
to work with him again.
Oh, he's lovely. He's so relaxed, and we were chatting, and he said, you know, it's lovely to be working this way because he doesn't feel so pressured. It's really hard working here and not having any rehearsals.
That's the other thing that everybody is
Yes,
saying.
not having rehearsals, but he's enjoying it.
Go on, please.
Active Defence on the
No,
other
all right,
side.
okay, that was enough. I mentioned it. You mustn't mention it anymore. Thank you very much. You know, you're going to be joining us for the phone-in as well.
Hopefully.
Aren't you? Thank you very much. If you would like to speak to these two or anybody else who's going to be joining us this morning, the magic number is 0990 100 755. 0990 100 755. Now it's time to go back over to the Vic, I think, with Jeremy.
Hello there. Well, thank you for that. Wasn't it great to see Blossom and Jules back in the old square there? Well, you're now joining me here in the Queen Vic, looking very real. And who's standing next to me but one of the guys who designs the set, Lawrence Williamson. Hi, Lawrence. Good to see you. Well, the thing is, we're in here. It's all very real. It's fantastic. It's exciting to be here. But as you move a bit further on, the myth gets lost a little, doesn't it?
It does rather, yes.
So, I mean, just take a look at this, everybody, look. Oh, the Queen Vic's disappeared, and here we are in the rather stunning and flash-looking flat of Steve Owen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I have to ask you, Steve Owen's flat got trashed, didn't it, by Matt not
Yes,
so
it
very
did.
long ago. And this is a complete redesign, isn't it?
It is, yes, because it got completely splashed with red paint, as you remember. And since then, we've had to completely redecorate it, refurnish it, start from scratch, go all over again.
So how do you decide what bits go where, and does the producer come along and say, we want this image for Steve Owen, or do you have quite a lot of artistic license?
Well, it's a bit of a two-way street, really. We have discussions with producers, and they have their opinions, and we have ours, and we come to an amicable arrangement in the end. And then we go out and we find the furniture, find the props, decide on the wall colours, put it all together, and the package you eventually see around here today.
Now, I mean, this is obviously one of the latest sets for one of the newest characters, but here we've got pictures of probably the oldest set on the lot, which is the Fowler's home.
Absolutely,
isn't it? Now, this is Pauline's front living room, which I have to say is looking a little bit gaudy.
A little bit,
Can you see this, Chris? Here, look. All these horrible old bits of sticks of furniture, and she's recently had a bit of a facelift,
That's right.
hasn't she?
Well, this is what it looked like 15 years ago when
Yeah.
we first started. And it was decided last year it was time to have a little bit of a facelift on it. So this is what we've got now.
Right, so we've got this. Can
Completely
you
different
see
look.
this down here, Chris? Look. We've got a few original things in here from the old house, haven't
Yes,
we? Like
the
this
old
mirror
mirror.
here. We've got a picture of good old Lou, Anna Wing, who we saw on Monday. There's one or two other things, but I noticed that the famous Fowler chair that was Lou's and Arthur's isn't
Lou's
there.
armchair isn't there.
It
but,
went off, didn't it? Robbie
it did,
seemed to
did rather.
let it get nicked.
But watch this space, because there's a rumour that it might be reappearing.
It might be reappearing.
Just watch the programme. There's a slight possibility it might be back on the set.
Who decides whether it comes back?
That's the producers.
Right.
Producer decides that one.
Now, we also have these little three-dimensional set designs here, don't we, to help,
Yep.
presumably, the directors?
That's right. When we design the sets, what we do is we build models at 1:50 scale like this so that the directors can see how they're going to shoot the various rooms, where the cameras are going to go, how the actors are going to move inside the spaces, so everybody can see exactly what they're going to get.
Now, I have to say, I'm a little upset by that particular one, Lawrence,
Really?
because that's the Queen Vic, and whenever you watch the Queen Vic, there's 101 bedrooms in that part.
I know.
How many are on that little design?
2.
2. So where's Peggy's bedroom when Grant's bedroom's down? I mean, how does that get worked out?
Well, Grant's gone now anyway.
Yep.
Peggy's bedroom's over here now. This is an old model
Right.
of what the set originally used to look like. Peggy's bedroom is down here now. We have to use the 2 bedrooms, and we have to keep redressing it and changing it according to who's actually in the room at the time.
And of course,
Bit
the
of a
great
cheat, but we have to do
Right,
it.
yeah, of course. The great thing from our point of view, we're sitting here and we've got these open gaps around us. Now, these walls all move, don't
Absolutely, yeah.
they? To enable the set to be dressed for the right
That's right,
angles
yeah.
for the film crew.
All the walls behind us, the walls here, and of course there aren't any walls here at the moment because all the cameras are here. They move in and out according to where the cameras need to be to get the shots to see the actors in the set.
Right. But the only permanent fixture inside is the Queen Vic, isn't it? Everything else gets moved.
Yeah, we've got 3 permanent sets in the studio here. We've got the Vic, we've got the cafe over there, and the laundrette, which you've seen earlier. And they stay here all the time. The rest of the sets that come in and out of the studio constantly change. And
Right.
all the flattage here, all the walls taken down, stored outside, all the furniture stored in the store that you saw earlier. It all comes back out again and put in the positions as you see them now.
How easy is it to keep it clean and tidy and neat, as it were?
Well, it's a bit difficult because you can see by the state of this carpet that it needs a bit of a hoover, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did think Steve Owen ought to get a cleaner, it has to be said, doesn't it, you know? Well, I mean, in order to convince everybody that this really is a set and all the rest of it, I think we're going over to my dear friend, Gabby.
Yeah, do you see? We go from Steve's flat back into the cafe. That's how it works here. It is clever. And actually, we've shattered illusions, I think, slightly, but I promise you, it doesn't spoil it for you, because I've been here on and off for a year, and I still love EastEnders. And you two, the youngest members of the cast, we've got Crystal, and we've got Ashvin, Asif, and Kim. Now, how old are you?
I'm 13.
13! How old are you when you joined?
I was just going on to 13, about 12 and a half.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 15.
Okay, so It must be difficult, though, being the age that you are and doing school. OK, I'm going to ask both of you the question, so how about for you?
It is really, really difficult. I mean, you have to really keep up with work, schoolwork, and come in early and, you know, just do your thing, act, and then go back home again and study. And
So do you go to regular school?
I do.
You don't go to stage school?
No.
So what on earth did all your friends at school think, that you were in EastEnders?
They were all just, oh gosh. For a while, I had people coming up to me asking me, can I have your autograph? And
At school?
Yeah, at school.
That
I
must be
couldn't get away
weird.
from it. So,
No teachers?
I had a few teachers as well.
Ask for your
I had a
autograph?
few teachers as well.
How
And
very weird.
I know. It's just, I haven't been able to get away from it. More so that I'm in a school that's, you know,
Not a stage
not
school?
a stage.
OK, how about you? You're still at school, I presume, as well?
Yep.
So what's your day like?
It's pretty hectic.
OK, so
because-
talk me through a typical day.
Well, I come into school, and when I'm going into school, I'll have a couple of people saying, oh, that's the boy from EastEnders. From other schools, this is. And I'll get into school, and then if I have to leave early or something, a couple of teachers might give me a bit of hassle, say, oh, you should be like, doing your work, because I'm coming up to my GCSEs. But they don't realise that I do catch up my work, but it is a bit hard.
So your GCSEs are in May, June, so
Yeah.
literally 3 or 4 months away. It must be very hard to study for lines. I study for school.
It is, but I find to make time. I have to miss out with my friends sometimes, but that's the only bad thing about it.
Well, yeah, I suppose there's got to be a downside,
Yeah.
because it does sound pretty cool. But how do your family feel about it?
They're really happy. My family are really, really happy, really pleased.
They're not slightly wary because you're so young and the fame and everything?
Sometimes they are. I've had a few problems sometimes when I'm walking down the street or when I'm in a restaurant, and my parents are sometimes they're a bit worried.
But they look
about
after you,
it.
keep
They
an
do.
eye. And how about your family?
My mum and dad are really happy I got it and everything, because they didn't really take my acting seriously before I did. They were like, oh yeah, you'll become an actor, okay, then just make sure you do your schoolwork. But now, of course, they think, oh, you know, you might be able to do some good acting when he's older. You know, I hope to do films or something like that, so.
You've got ambitions. Well, at 15, I should hope you both have ambitions. Now, you had a very tricky storyline. I mean, it's something that's in the news all the time, and everybody talks about it all the time. Every magazine you pick up, every newspaper about eating disorder problems at the moment. When they told you about at 13 to tackle a role like this, were you a little bit worried about that? And how did you cope with it?
I was really, really worried, and I was really, really worried about how other people would see it. I wanted to play it in a way that would be serious, not something that you can really take lightly.
Well, you
it's
did.
not.
You played it excellently, so well done.
I don't want it to be something that you could take just like, oh, she's got bulimia. I wanted it to be something that everyone thought, that's serious. No, you shouldn't really do it. And I was really, with people in general who actually do have bulimia, or friends and family that, I mean, I haven't really come across it with any of my friends, but I know a few friends who do actually have friends who have had bulimia before, and I didn't want it to be the type of storyline where it kind of influenced younger children to actually go ahead and do it. I don't want that to happen. I wanted it to be something to actually warn them and say, do not do it, it's not worth it. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. You don't have to be stick thin to do it. So.
Aren't you an absolutely sweet girl? What happened when you went to restaurants? Did people give you funny looks? You as Crystal, I'm not talking about you as Kim, but did they sort of check what you were eating?
They did, and I did have a time when I actually went, I'd been stuffing myself, as I usually do, so everyone knows, in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I was eating really, really fast, and I had a bit of indigestion. And I went to the lavatory for a while, and I actually had someone literally follow me in, watch everything I did, but I couldn't do what I had to do, so I just ran back out again, and they carried on following me.
Because they thought you were going to do
They
that.
actually thought I was actually going to go and throw it back up again. No way.
Good girl.
No way.
That's what I like to hear. Both of you, thanks very much. Now, you're going to also join us in the phone, aren't you? Because I think there'll be a lot of calls for the two of you, because it's half term. So it's half term and you want to speak to people of your own age and say, how did you do it? This is what I want to do, because I bet there'll be calls like that. Then give us a call, 0990 100 755. 0990 100 755. And we're going to do that at about 11:45, 10 to 12, so we'll see you then. But now we can go whipping round over to the Queen Vic. Look at that.
Oh, Oh, I'm sorry. You caught me having a crafty little drink there. Now I'm being joined, yes I am, by the original Wolford Yuppie, am I not? I'm being joined by Debbie Wilkins, alias Shirley Cheriton. Hi Shirley, great to see you.
Jeremy.
Now I'm going to give the viewers at home a quick reminder of what Debbie was all about. Take a look at this.
It's about your fiancé. I'm here about him.
Has he done something?
I'm afraid he's been hurt in an accident. To be more precise, he's been killed. A road accident. He ran to stop a child being knocked down. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry indeed, yes, well, so you should be sorry. How did that feel? You told poor old Andy, who we saw earlier this week, dropped dead.
It was a terrible thing to say. It's something I'd never say in real life to anyone, and I don't think Debbie should have said it. In fact, I hated saying it. And a good friend of mine said, I really hated you saying it, but it was in the script, I had to say it. It was setting up the fact that he then died. And I think Debbie went through hell afterwards, feeling guilty and responsible. Because, you know, when somebody dies, I think you think back to what you last said. She was arguing.
She was.
She was going through a terrible
She
time,
was.
wasn't she? And then she told him to, you know what, and he did. And
But she was a terribly upwardly
Very sad.
mobile kind of girl,
Yes,
wasn't she? I mean, she was aspiring to be head of the Bank of England,
I
wasn't
think
she,
she
at one
was.
point?
Yes, and she fell flat on her face, didn't she? And
And
she
I
ended
have
up
to
working
say,
in the shop behind the bar.
I've got a little
on the
thing here
dole.
to show you. This is, let me just show this to camera one. Have a look at that, guys, look at that. This is the original set. As you know, I was chatting with Lawrence earlier. This is the set of Debbie and Andy's house. Very pine.
It was, in fact, a house I bought after, you know, filming this. It was very similar. It even had the same cuts.
Because pine was big, wasn't it, early 80s?
Yes, oh, very big, yes. But no, it was lovely, lovely memories. It's all quite changed, hasn't it?
It certainly has. So when did you actually leave the show,
I left in
Shirley?
87. I did 2 years. And I think for Debbie, she'd done everything. You know, she had the money at first, everything going for her. Came back to her roots, didn't work out. Ended up losing her job, going on the dole, losing her lover, and...
Oh, all round saddie, really. So do you still watch the show?
I tried to. I've got 2 little ones, and they're usually in the bath at that time, but I keep running into the bedroom with that little portable and trying to watch it.
So are you still acting?
Well, funny you should say that. My agent's putting me up for 2 very good roles, but they clash. I'm not going to say any more, because, you know, count the chickens, it never works, does it? They never hatch. So I'm just going to, fingers crossed. Good time to get back now.
That's very true. Well, we hope we're going to see you back here at some point. Who knows? Would you want to come
In the
back?
Queen Vic? Oh, it's lovely. It's all been decorated. It's quite smart. Even the dressing rooms have all been done. Everybody is in my dressing room meeting.
Really?
Yeah, all this week they've been in my
Isn't
dressing
that's
room.
too much? Well,
obviously it was the best.
It's funny you should... Yeah, you're right, actually. Shame I'm not in there. Everybody else is in there except me. Well, I'm going to check that out later. Watch out in contracts is all I can say. Now, talking of smart, there was a thing. Look at this, because it's going to give you a little idea about how smart the EastEnders really can be.
Where's Tony? Has Mum and Dave Cindy?
It's not getting angry with us, it's not our fault. We're the ones that are here.
Who said anything about angry? Right, nobody move till I get back. Sometimes I feel like I'm working with a bunch of amateurs.
You're the audience. My name's Bianca Jackson. Let's the introductions over with. Let's go. This summer, Heather's going to be planning. I heard the party. You're stepping out. Your baby looking like this. This is wearing the sexy house.
Where's my waistcoat gone? For God's sake, come on next. Where's my waistcoat?
You'll listen, but when I look at you, you're forgiven. You drive too fast and I smoke too much and my heart is broken. But when I look at you, you're forgiven.
That is beautiful, that is. It's the only one I got.
Well, I'm tempted.
Let's have a look at it.
Top of the range, designer dress, one off.
All right, so I've just... Is this some sort of joke?
Yeah, but he's rock and gorgeous. Don't go changing every time. Not for me to call.
highlights. That's what you need. I mean, all the pop stars have them.
You said it would be alright. You said it would really suit me. Look at me.
But you won't throw anything away. Half of it don't fit you.
What about this suit? It's a nice suit, this is. And stitch cost me a fortune.
Den, you haven't wore this since England won the cup. I was going to give it to the kids last year for the guy.
Oh, that's typical you, that is. There's a lot of wear left in that suit.
Look, I just don't want to see you looking all woolly in flared trousers. They went out with the ark.
I know my ex-boyfriend lies. Oh, he does it every time. It's just his permanent disguise. Yeah, and he dropped dead gorgeous.
Well, did you see those shoulder pads? Weren't they something? Aren't we glad the 80s have gone? What a thing to have to look. Frank, what can I say? Dan, do I look like a barman? Not really, but here is a little collection of you viewers at home who think you look like the people in the show. Like that supermarket music, wasn't that fantastic? And what about those dead ringers for Phil and Sharon? What can I say? Well, joining me now is the beautiful Francine, who actually is a bit of a star and can do the voices much better than those people in those pictures. So let's hear your Sharon.
Yeah, well, I had to leave Orford. I mean, look at all the problems I had with Grant. I mean, I do miss Shell, though. I mean, we were like a double act. She was little, and I was very large.
Oh,
yeah, well, I mean...
what can I say?
I had to run off to America, you know, what of all things happened to my family? I mean, my name shouldn't have been called Michelle Fowler. Should have been Michelle Fowler.
Well, that was absolutely stunning. So, why did you decide to follow the characters in this way?
I'm ready for Dot, you see. Look, I've got a cigarette. I don't know, I'm just complete and utter soap fan. I mean, EastEnders is just my utter favourite. And I'm just obsessed with it. I mean, this is so exciting for me to be in the Vic. I can't believe it.
Because as a child, you used to actually go up into your bedroom after an episode, didn't you? And relive all the scenes.
I did. I wasn't like a normal child who'd, you know, play with their Barbie dolls or, you know, their dollies. I would, like, put my red lipstick on and pretend I was Angie and say, "Hello, darlings, how are you, right? Oh, it is good to be here, isn't it, darlings? I think I need a gin and tonic, eh, darling?"
I think I probably will after this, too. It has to be said. Was she the first character you learned?
Well, yes, her and then it was Dot. Oh, I say! Oh, Jeremy, isn't you lovely? Oh, he's a lot nicer than my Nick. Oh, just a thought, give me terrible Margaret and calls me eyes are playing up. Oh, I feel ever so weak.
I have to say, Dot is one of my favourites, but what about teaching me to do somebody?
Well, I think we should try you on either Pat Butcher or Kathy.
Right, let's quickly see if we can try
Let's see if we do Pat Butcher. You've got to get the face
all
right,
right,
it's like that, it's all like that.
Okay, right,
yeah, well,
yeah.
I do love my Roy.
I do love my Roy.
I mean, you got me a pair of earrings last week.
A pair of earrings last week.
He knows it's so hard.
Quite enough of that.
He got an hernia just carrying them home.
Well, there you go, guys. That's what you've got to do if you want to yearn to be here on EastEnders. Learn your accents and practice.
That's it.
But a few other things you could also do is try learning to sing. We've put together a compilation of Top of the Pops from EastEnders, and I'm hoping that tomorrow I may be able to catch up with the real people at Top of the Pops. Take a look at these.
At number 5, it's Wendy Richard who lent her dulcet tones to this Mike's Son number,
back in 1962.
Come outside.
What for?
Come outside.
What's the rush?
There's a lovely moon out there.
Cold outside.
In at 4, it's Mike Reed. He actually made the charts with this one 25 years ago. Dig those lapels, Mike.
And the other birds in so many words went, oi!
Get out of town.
Oi, mush!
Get out.
Yo, you!
Get out.
Move your Irish!
Get out of town.
At 3, it's Nick Berry, who made his debut in the Vic and amazingly topped the charts with this cheerful ballad in 1986.
Every loser wins once the dream begins.
Not to be outdone, Letitia Dean and Paul Medford definitely made something out of nothing when this one made the top 20 in the same year.
We're gonna make something out of nothing.
Before number 1, a few close contenders. Patsy and Sid recorded a duet, Better Believe It. Unfortunately, we didn't. And back in 1992, nobody was quite ready for Michelle Collins' musical career. Mike and Barbara were in perfect harmony, unlike Frank and Peggy, when they performed The More I See You. 10 years ago, Sophie Lawrence thought love was unkind, but not as unkind as her makeup artist. And we couldn't leave out Martin Kemp in his Spandau days. Seen on the left sporting a frock coat Steve Owen wouldn't be seen dead in. But at number 1, full marks go to Anita Dobson for proving that anyone can fall in love, but not everyone can sing the theme tune.
Over the years, we've had to keep growing.
Hi, this is my friend Sylvia, and we're going to sing to you now at the Birthday EastEnders. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear EastEnders. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
That's the best thing we've done.
Oh, that was lovely. It's not for me. I know it's for the EastEnders people, but that was still lovely. OK, now competition time. I've been tempting you all week with a fantastic competition where you can win a great prize. We've been getting postcards from the ex-Easties all week. This postcard is from Rio. All right. I've got to kiss it, because I love it. Just a quick note to let you know I'm still alive. Can't say I'm missing Albert Square much. Me and Courtney are loving it here in Rio, but the only problem is that I can't get a decent bacon sarnie or a pint of lager anywhere. It's all Ponzi drinks with slices of lime. Right, I'm off to buy a hat before I burn my bonds. Catch you later, grunt. Okay, so that is today's postcard. Now, if you remember, Monday's postcard was from America, and that was from Angie. Make a note of this. Angie on Monday. Tuesday, excuse me, I've got a tickle in my nose, I've had a cold all week. Oh, Tuesday, Nigel from Scotland. Wednesday, Sharon from America. Thursday, today that is, Grant from Rio. Now, all 4 of those ex-characters have something in common. And no, it's not that they were all in EastEnders, because we know that. And no, it's not that they sent me a postcard, because we know that also, but they do have one thing in common. Here is the phone number if you know the answer to that. It's 0900 133 9933. 0900 133 9933. And you have to be 18 years and over, but if you're under 18 and you want to take part in the competition, please get permission of your parents. I know it's half term, so you're all sitting there watching this. Happy half time. Good to see you. Now, this is the prize you could win. A wonderful cruise around the Med on a beautiful ship. You'll be going off to Florence, you'll be going all over France, Spain, you name it. Beautiful place. And also £500 spending money. Now, tomorrow, well, later on today, in fact, we're going to be picking 3 people at random to take part tomorrow morning to win that cruise. They've got something in store for me. I don't know what it is, but you're going to be winning a prize. OK, now, time for the phone-in. This bit everybody looks forward to, especially me, because it's their chance to talk to all of you lot. You're all smiling, you don't know what's in store. There's silence as well. OK, we have the first caller on the line is Caesar. Are you there, Caesar?
Yeah.
Hi, Caesar, how old are you?
11.
Hello, what school do you go to?
Woodford Green.
Hello, Woodford Green School. Happy half term to you. OK, Caesar, who's your question to?
Billy.
To Billy. Okay, Billy, Perry. Go for it, Caesar.
What does it feel like playing the bad guy?
Great. No, it's really good, mate. It's a good laugh. You're allowed to do things what you're not allowed to do in real life, basically. You know what I mean?
Caesar, what do you think of Billy? Do you like Billy?
Yeah.
Is Billy one of your favourites?
Yeah, one of them.
One of them. Who else? Who else do you like?
I like Melanie,
Yes.
Jamie, and Phil.
All right, brilliant. So you like a whole bunch of them, which is good stuff. Thank you, Caesar. Enjoy the rest of your half term.
Okay.
Okay, now we should have Kelvin on the line. Are you there, Kelvin?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kelvin. You sound a happy man.
I am. How are you?
Who's your question to?
It's the Crystal and Ashbin.
Okay, aren't they fantastic, these two?
They are.
Really brilliant. Okay, go for your question.
Do you find it difficult being one of the younger cast members and having to work with people that are much older than you?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, why is it difficult?
Mainly because all the older cast have more experience. And, I mean, for me, it's one of the biggest things that I've done for ages and ages. And
oh, she's only 13.
What a pro.
and it's just, I mean, because everyone's so experienced, and everyone's been here for years, and you know, everyone knows each other. I mean, for me, I'm still learning to crawl at the moment, so it's really hard.
So, Calvin, does that answer your question?
It does. Can I have all their autographs, please?
We'll sort that out for you. Okay.
Thank you. Take care
No
then.
problem. Thanks for calling. Okay, Hannah, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Hannah. How old are you?
I'm 11.
Hello, Hannah. Welcome. What school do you go to?
I go to Tenham Primary School.
Go on, let's all wave at all of them. Hey, there we go. All right, who's your question to?
It's for everyone.
Oh, good idea, Hannah. What is it?
What do you think Albert Square will be like in 15 years' time?
Oh, okay. Jamie?
15 years' time, it's probably crumbled and fallen down.
Not at all. I hope not.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Over to Perry.
Leave it in his hands.
Hopefully Billy will be running the Vic and have a few mates.
A few friends. Lona, how about you? What would you like to see?
Well, it changes so quickly sometimes. Within a year, there could be major changes. I've no idea, absolutely no idea, which, please God, may it last so that more good actors can be produced.
I agree with you. Long may it last. Hannah, thank you for your call. Elizabeth! Oh, I know what you were going to ask. And I said yes once, but that's the second time, and I'm not going to say yes again. We'll get there all the way. Okay, Elizabeth, are you there?
Hi, Gabby.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Very well, thank you. I'm very happy. Who's your question to?
It's for Mona.
Okay, Mona. Are you listening to your television at the same time?
Yeah.
Can you turn your TV down, because we get a bit of a funny sound?
All right.
Okay. Have you turned it down?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Go for it.
How would you like to have naughty grandchildren like the Jacksons?
Oh, they're not too bad. I mean, they get into trouble, but there's worse, honestly. I'm sure there is. But they're absolutely wonderful, all of them. And could they be naughtier? I don't know how I'd cope.
You know, she's being a typical grandmother. She's just being nice about her grandchildren. Elizabeth, thank you for your call. Millie!
Can I have your autograph?
Hello? We've started something. Millie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Gabby.
Oh, hello, Millie. Where are you calling from?
Scotland, Glasgow.
I thought you'd be calling from Glasgow. I could tell.
I'm actually an EastEnder myself.
You what?
I'm an EastEnder myself.
You're an EastEnder yourself. The EastEnder Glasgow, though, I think you mean.
No, the EastEnder.
Oh, the EastEnder from here.
No.
Millie, it's nice to speak to you. Who's your question to?
Jamie.
Go for it.
Hello, Jamie.
Hiya.
How did you like being plunged in at the deep end playing the toy boy?
Good question, Millie.
Yeah, it was. I learned a lot, a hell of a lot. An older woman, yeah, no, it was great. It was a great experience, and my storyline was like, you know, quite a naughty one. So it was good to play a naughty boy.
Millie. Millie, thank you very much for your call. Next caller is Sam.
Hi, Gabby.
Hello, Sam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Who's your question to?
It's to everyone.
Go for it.
What has been your favourite EastEnders storyline?
Okay, everybody, let's start on this end, shall we?
Cindy.
Cindy
and David.
Oh, that was good. You're absolutely right.
Like that. Very, very nice.
Tommy?
Very good one.
Word Spellman. I think that there are so many good storylines, it's difficult to say, well, this with that, and I'm at a loss.
You're a supporter of all of them. How about you two?
I'll say the Steve Owen Matthew one.
Yeah, it was
brilliant.
Yeah, you as well?
The one with Robbie and Sarah's dad, when they had the whole fight over at the house. That was a really good one.
Okay, how about you?
I liked with Craig and Patsy and Lindsay, you know.
Oh,
I mean,
fantastic.
I thought that was brilliant.
Lindsay Coulson blew my mind and all that, as Patsy Palmer.
That is one of my favourite, the storyline with Lindsay and Dan and Bianca.
We're talking about, obviously we're talking about Bianca and Dan.
Yeah.
And Bianca's mum, Carol.
I think that one with Troy and Irene was pretty good.
Okay, the next person on the line. Thanks, Sam, for your call. Jenna, are you there, Jenna?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Jenna. How old are you?
I'm 14.
Nice to have you with us this morning. Who's your question to?
It's for Perry.
Okay, Perry.
Yeah.
Hi. Do you get on with Jack Ryder in real life?
No. No. I love him. He's such a good bloke. He's such a nice kid. And he'll hate me for calling him a kid, but the only time I can wind him up, if anybody wants to wind up Jack Ryder, just call him Mini Beckham. Because he's a Newcastle United fan and he doesn't like Man United.
But everyone says he looks like
He
David
looks so
Beckham.
much like him.
I bet you fancy him, don't you?
No, I fancy Steve Owen.
Oh, a woman after my own heart. You're Jack's age, really, I suppose, aren't you?
Yeah, but I think it's nice.
Yeah, I agree. It's those eyes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling. We could talk about him for hours, really, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Katie, are you? Yeah. Katie, are you there?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Oh, Katie. Good morning. How old are you?
11.
Oh, it's lovely to have you on the show. Who's your question to?
Tommy.
To Tommy. Go for it, Katie.
Did you ever have any say in your storylines?
Any say in your storylines, Tommy?
No, I haven't had, but if I did have, I think I'd like to stick to the one I've got now. Because it's coming out beautifully, the last one I've had, and they haven't killed me off as yet.
Oh, Katie, thank you for your call.
Could I have all your autographs?
Yes.
And could you post them to my mum?
We'll post them to your mum, Katie, but we'll put your name on the envelope. Katie, we'll put your name on the envelope, though, so you know it's for you. All right, then. Bye-bye. Michael?
Yeah?
Hi, Michael. Where are you calling from?
Edinburgh.
Welcome from Edinburgh. I like to speak to people from all over the country. Okay, who's your question to?
It's to Ashwin.
Okay, Ashwin.
I was just wanting to know, how did you get your parts in EastEnders?
How did I get my part? Well, I was at home one day and my agent rang me up and he told me that I had an audition, so I was like, yeah, okay. So I went down to Elstree where they film it.
Okay.
And there was quite a few people there and I just read a couple of lines and I got it.
Huh? That's fine.
It was as simple as that. Was that something you'd like to do? Would you like to be in EastEnders?
I'd like to go into soap.
You'd like to go into soaps?
Yeah.
I think it's a case of, we learnt all this week, I think for all of you, you seem to have all different stories on how you became actors and actresses, but it's a case of sticking with it, isn't it? That's what everybody says. Good luck to you. Okay, the next caller is, who have we got next on the line? We've got Kelly. Kelly, are you there?
I'm here, Gabby. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you, Gabby?
Happy. I'm going to come and live in the Queen Vic.
You can't believe how happy I am.
Oh, well, you can talk some more. Who's your question to?
It's for Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Hi. Right, my first question is, how did you get on with the eating disorder? Did you have to research that before you actually played it?
I did, yeah. I was given a booklet on bulimia and how it starts off and the ages it ranges around. And I was really, really surprised to find that people of the age of 4, to children of the age of 4 actually do it. So,
I know, it's absolutely terrifying today. Kelly, thank you. You said your first question. Does that mean you've got another one?
Yeah, autographs.
I'm going to get into such trouble.
I want your autograph, Gabby.
Me?
Yes, yours.
Thank you. You've embarrassed me now. Thank you very much. I will do that, I promise. Thank you very much, Kelly. Bye. Okay, Sam, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Sam. How old are you?
Not too bad, thanks.
Oh, good. And how are you? No, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, you're 24. Well, welcome. You've got a very young voice, you lucky person. Okay, Sam, who's your question to?
Very well.
Okay, go for it.
Right. What do you think would be the hardest character to play?
Okay, the hardest character to play in EastEnders.
Well, I think the hardest character is Dot, June Brown. She does really well. She the way the speed and her delivery is just so technically correct. Really got a lot of admiration.
She has that classic.
So quickly.
Yeah.
Imagine, imagine the script. She has a life that she must have to learn.
But she has timing, doesn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, classic timing. Thank you. Good question. Thank you very much for that. Adele, are you there?
Yeah, hi, Gabby.
Hello, where are you calling from?
Glasgow.
Welcome from Scotland again. Okay, who's your question to?
Jamie.
To who?
Jamie.
Jamie, go for it.
Yeah, well, mine are from Scotland.
Who was the first person you told when she got the job?
Who was the first person I told? The first person I phoned was my mum, and she didn't believe me. Like she thought I was winding her up like I usually do, and and she was ecstatic. Yeah, it was great. My mum.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for your call.
Yeah, sure.
We will sort that out. We've got a bit of a surprise for you for the last minute and a half before we take one more call. I think, Jeremy?
Oh!
You found a surprise, haven't you?
I've always wanted to come through this door.
We've got 1 minute left, look. Yay! I tell you, they're going to be very happy on the phones. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Good to have you here. Let's take a call while Lauren is here. Lauren? Lauren, a bit of a surprise there. We've got Beppe in here as well for you as well.
Good morning.
Michael Greco. Who's your question to?
Billy.
It's to Billy, okay. Go for it.
Would you someone like Phil in real life?
Would you be afraid of Phil? Somebody like Phil in real life?
Yeah.
I think I would too.
He's such a good actor, Steve, and some of those scenes when he, you know, throwing me against things and stuff like that. I mean, it's great, but we just go for it. But
lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your calls. Keep the calls coming in all day. How are you?
I'm just got about 2 minutes ago.
Can you come on the show tomorrow morning?
Might be able to, yeah.
Fantastic. Good call. We'd love to see you tomorrow morning. We've got all sorts of other people,
Certainly
haven't
will.
we?
We have got tons and tons happening tomorrow. We've got Dot joining us, we've got Pat and Roy, which is fantastic, 3 of my favourite characters. There's also a chance for the 3 callers to enter into that live thing to win that cruise,
That
isn't
competition.
there?
We'll see you
Isn't there?
tomorrow.
See you
Here's
tomorrow.
a quick teaser for tonight.
There ain't going to be any rain.
What? But you just said that
She's getting rid of it. All right?
Direct's due on Tuesday and we can't pay it, not with these.
Well, I could have a word with my dad. See if we can help.
Can I buy you a cup of tea and have a little chat? What about my grandchild?
As part of the birthday celebrations, you can vote for the ultimate EastEnders bad boy. Go to www.
So tomorrow, some brightening from the east, but it will be cloudier in western areas, some spots of rain or some showers, and then becoming wetter and windier for most of us on Sunday. But with such a strong southwesterly wind, it's actually going to feel quite mild. That's it.
Saturday night on BBC One. Hard lessons in casualty at 8:05.
Are you ready to be a father? Because if you mess her and the kid about, it only gets worse.
Playground antics at 5 to 9 in Sunburn.
Here, hang on. Why is this balcony bigger than ours? Size is not important, Barry. You should probably know.
The men with muscle go back to school at 10.
Do not take any criticism personally, because you will make mistakes. Make the mistake, but learn from it.
Get top marks this Saturday night with BBC One.
Justine, I've got a bit of a problem here.
The Monarch of the Glen is torn between 2 lives.
Why don't you just go away?
Why don't you back to your beautiful girlfriend and your perfect life?
And caught between 2 women.
Men, sometimes you have to wipe their bottoms, sometimes you have to kick them.
What are you doing tonight?
Well, I was going to worm the dog.
Now hush your mouth and give us a kiss.
Highland flings.
Justine.
Well, you've kissed virtually every woman in Scotland. Aren't you going to give me one?
In Monarch of the Glen, new drama starts Sunday at 8:10 on BBC One.